Welcome everyone to the 2025 edition of Toyota AFL Open. We are live from La Trobe University here in Bundoora for the National AFL Wheelchair Championship section of AFL Open. It should be a fantastic day of football. We've already had the Inclusion Carnival Grand Finals wrap up. What a couple of games we've just seen. Northern Territory defeating Western Australia by 1 point with only seconds remaining. And then Tasmania within the Inclusion Carnival got the three-peat, beating South Australia by 25 points. But we'll shift our attention to the Wheelchair Championships because that's where we're here, down at La Trobe Uni in Bundoora. Wonderful facilities here on KO Sports, KO Freebies and the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. Joined alongside myself, Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley. And Ben, you've seen these two teams. It's about to be the Division 2 Grand Final between New South Wales and Queensland. Should be an absolute cracker.
They're calling this one Origin 4, Austin, for a very good reason. These two teams are very, very tightly matched. The last time they went up against each other, all the stats across the board were fairly even. Queensland had the slightly better disposal efficiency, 73% to 70. They dominated intercepts, 8-3, but they forced the ball out of bounds themselves more often, which kind of evened that out as well. But the thing to look out for me is the centre battle here in terms of the ruck domination from New South Wales last time. Chris O'Brien had 10 hit-outs to 5 from Josh Boyle, and New South Wales generated 7 centre clearances to 2 from that. So that could be the key source of scoring from New South Wales today.
And for those who are new to Wheelchair AFL that are tuning in for the first time, we welcome you. It's a fantastic sport. I urge you to come down to La Trobe University and watch the, I think you said, gladiatorial-esque sport that is Wheelchair AFL. So for those that don't know, I'll do a quick overview on how the game is played. So there's going to be 5 players on the court for each team. You've got a centre position player, 2 forwards and 2 defenders. The centre position players can travel into all parts of the ground, while the forwards can only stay in their forward half of the ground. Likewise for the defenders. You can almost think of it the same as netball. Obviously a goal still worth 6 points. Only the forwards can go for the goals, and we'll explain some of the rules to you as they come up throughout the day. As we can see Queensland coming onto the court now. What a tournament it's been from them. Should be a fantastic game. And Ben, this is arguably the best side we've seen from New South Wales ACT. They've come in really strong this year and looking for their first bit of silverware within the Wheelchair National Championships.
Well, I had a big chat with Danny, their coach, and Toby, one of their stars up forward, and they came into this tournament with the goal of getting to Division 1, and they only just missed out. They were in 4th place with 1 game to go, narrowly missing out in the last game, but they have proven a lot of people in terms of the spirit that they have and the new changes that they've made to their wheelchair structure. They've got more hubs going on over there as well. They're planning to get up to 9 different regional hubs there next year, which is absolutely sensational, and they are reaping the rewards of the improvements in their program already.
They certainly are. It's been a fantastic carnival for them. They've had some big wins. They put up an all-right score against South Australia, who've been dominating everyone as well. And they did meet in the Lightning Carnival, didn't they, Ben Wesley? New South Wales ACT 6-2-38 did defeat Queensland 4-2-26. So they've already got the Chockies over them once this tournament. Do you think they could do it again?
Honestly, that game was almost anyone's game there, and both sides were unlucky to lose. Very, very even. You had the contributions from Queensland in terms of what Boyle and Carlson, that imperious combination, were able to do. New South Wales had to sort of scramble a bit to cover them. Pressure applied specifically to Boyle in terms of preventing him from getting the easy disposal off. That generated a lot of out-of-bounds turnovers, and then they just shuffled the ball quickly down the other end. Toby of course, scoring 3 goals, 1, which was absolutely excellent there and proved pivotal in the end.
Certainly right. Yeah, Joshua Boyle, one to watch for Queensland. And just having a look out at the teams at the moment, it does feel like Queensland's probably got a bit more size advantage compared to the New South Wales ACT rolling Rams. But that just means that maybe New South Wales can use a bit more run and dash, a bit more pace on the football to go up against some of these big bodies that are in the Queensland team. As our field umpires coming onto the ground now. It's a good crowd in attendance here at La Trobe University in Bundoora with all the inclusion lads rolling over, fresh off their grand finals. Have you got a tip for us, Ben?
Oh, you're putting me under the hammer here, aren't you? I would think that it's going to be a tight one. I can't see this being decided by any more than 2 or 3 goals. If I had to pick a winner, I think potentially Queensland, but I couldn't tell you why, honestly.
Yes.
How about yourself?
I'm going to go... I mean, my gut says Queensland as well, but I love the story of the New South Wales ACT side this year. They've got a young man of the Jai Kumba, number 12, 15 years of age, man, out of the Giants hub. He won the 2025 Kevin Falker Medal in New South Wales for the best emerging player. He's going to be a star for years to come and one to watch from the New South Wales perspective.
Reminds me of a young Anthony Peritito in the way that he's just got such incredible range from his set shots. Like, he's been scoring a lot of goals from that centre third, which for a young fellow is very, very hard to do.
Certainly right. We're nearly ready for the national anthem. One of the best parts of any grand final is taking that last moment to soak it all in, gather your thoughts before going into battle. Of course, this is the Division 2 grand final here for the National AFL Wheelchair Championships, now known as Toyota AFL Open. New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams up against Queensland. I'm joined alongside myself, Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley here on KO Sports, KO Freebies and the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast throughout the tournament, as we're moments away from the national anthem. Always sends shivers down the spine. The national anthem, the precursor to the grand final here for this Division 2 matchup, Queensland versus New South Wales ACT. It should be an absolute fantastic game as we see the captains merge in the middle with Zach Carlson from a Queensland perspective. I'm not sure if we actually have the coin. There's Toby Popple as well. Now, did I catch you having a bit of a chat with Toby Popple yesterday, Ben, was it?
Yes, trying to find out more about the New South Wales system for my upcoming review of the competition, and always good to find out what's going on in all these different states.
As we see, New South Wales ACT will be going to the left of your dial. Now, you don't often get to say this in wheelchair sports, but there is a slight advantage to the left, considering over to the right we do have the open windows. There is a little bit of glare. I mean, not too much of an advantage to speak of, but either way, the first little win of the day going the way of New South Wales ACT. They've had some good efforts in recent years. They've had a couple of heart-wrenching defeats in grand finals back in 2022 against ADF. So they've never had the silverware. Queensland, they got a third-place finish within Division 1 last year, so they're probably missing a few key players. There's certainly ones to watch, and of course, Ben, we've got the Division 1 grand final a little bit later this afternoon at 1:15 p.m. between Victoria and South Australia. There's just awesome narratives everywhere, and the rivalries as well between the two states.
There's no two greater rivalries in Australian sports than essentially the state of origin rivalry that we have here between New South Wales and Queensland, and of course in footy, South Australia, Victoria. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be massive. Nearly underway, the final words being spoken. Marty Ryan, the coach of Queensland, New South Wales, Denny Jeffrey. Queensland is in position, ready to go. Toyota AFL Open, a big thanks to Toyota, of course, the naming rights partner of the AFL, Australian Defence Force, Melrose Wheelchairs, Variety Australia, for all the wonderful work they've done throughout the tournament. Field umpire Nathan Sear ready to get us underway. Austin Kruger joined alongside Ben Wesley here for the Toyota AFL Open Division 2 Grand Final. New South Wales ACT winning the tap, trying to get his own football back, but it lands fortuitously there to Queensland. Scott on the run. Misses to the left. First score of the grand final, a minor one.
And you'll notice that Toby Popple isn't on the ground. He was telling me that the strategy is for them to see how the game plays without him, come on and inject something different, probably in the back line. Expect to see him playing a more defensive role today.
Ball in dispute, just slipping out towards us here on the commentary position. So it's whoever was closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds must bring it back inboard, are the rules. Here's Josh Boyle. Did a fantastic national championships last year in Queensland. They took care of business against Victoria Country to finish third place in what was a very emotional victory at the first ever Toyota AFL Open. Looks to be a great pass, nearly with the one hand, maybe a little bit unlucky not to be called as Burns trying to move it out of defence. O'Brien's had a couple of fumbles to start this game. Smart little tap forward from Richards. Can Coomba get on the end of it? And still managed to stay in. Hot footy to start, but I believe that's off Queensland. And a good response, a nice rebound from New South Wales ACT. Brad Burns will bring them back into play. Coomba is going to provide an option, but they'll go to O'Brien. And a good chat with Chris O'Brien. We're actually in the same urinal next to each other this morning having a chat about the game, Ben, and he's very excited and ready to go for this one.
You get all the scoops however you can, don't you?
Certainly right. Just the one behind so far throughout the first near 2 minutes. O'Brien, he was an All-Australian back in 2022 within Division 2 of the National AFL Wheelchair Championships, now known as Toyota AFL Open, as New South Wales ACT just starting to control a bit of football and territory. And an opportunity for Brad Burns, who's going to centre it in to the young man, Jai Coomba.
And he's well within range from here is Jai.
We spoke about him on the pre-game. A bit of a prodigy of wheelchair AFL, only 15 years of age. For the first of the grand final, hits the post. So a couple of early misses from both sides now, Ben.
Yeah, we're starting to see that pressure really get applied as Scott tries to get the ball up forward here. Just gone past in the long pass from Carlson, trying to go across all 3/3.
So in defence, it's going to be Matt Hannon. It's his fourth consecutive national championship appearance. He was telling me he's still watching some of the highlights from previous years. As both teams, that one's just stayed in play and then bounced off the chair of Lewis Richards. Queensland. Steinort. Nice pass back to Josh Boyle, who can line up for the first. Apologies, is a centre position player, so we can't have a shot on goal. Yellow wristbands for centre position, red wristbands for the defenders, and blue for the forwards, as Boyle coming up for yet another disposal. 48 goals from 13 games for the Morningside Panthers in the Queensland Wheelchair League, and Steinort can line up from a 45-degree angle. We've had two misses from both sides to start. And the first to the grand final going to Queensland.
Close, but only just snuck in. But Steinort's one of those players for Queensland so far who's been handy at both ends. And I think you're going to see a lot of that between both of these teams here. Very versatile squads of 8 for both squads.
Steinort out of the Beenleigh Buffaloes. Back in the middle, looking to try continue this momentum, but well done from Matt Hannon in defence. 4 by 10-minute quarters in wheelchair AFL. Welcome to all of those tuning in from across the state, and across Australia. We've had people tuning in from all across the world. Actually got a message. Mike Tifford's tuning in from the Philippines. We've got Marty Ford over in Thailand watching. So it's a worldwide event. And look at all the people gathered here today. It's wonderful to see so many people in attendance as Richards moving it forward. As we can see, a bit more of a methodical approach from New South Wales going in towards goal. As O'Brien underarm pass in the direction of Coomba. Can it stay in? You go for the tap back off Boyle's chair. Smart play.
Yeah, so with New South Wales, one of their strengths so far and what they're planning for probably today is to be a bit more fluid in terms of their strategy. Try and see what Queensland throw at them and then respond accordingly.
So Brad Burns takes the mark. Centre position player. So he'll have to try and find an option in Coomba or O'Brien. Boyle's doing some good defending for Queensland. Might be told to play on. And Coomba gets the mark. Pretty much the same spot where he had the first shot from. This time slightly closer in. At the halfway point of the first quarter, this Division 2 grand final, Jai Coomba comes in. And New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams are on the board. The 15-year-old prodigy he's going to be a superstar for years to come.
Absolutely. As long as he wants to play the game, I get the feeling that he's going to be a pivotal figure up forward for New South Wales.
Been told he's got a younger brother as well that's also quite the player. So good start to this granny. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Scores all tied at 7 apiece. Can O'Brien keep this one in for New South Wales? Underarm pass back in, boards towards Coomber. Mosley doing the defending, maybe a bit of over-the-shoulder contact. Burns picks it up, underarm back to O'Brien. He dribbles it through. What a play.
Wow.
Surge footy. Desperation.
Oh, we've got Fernandez down in midfield. He looks all right, though, but fantastic finish from O'Brien. He picked the eye of the needle there with that Queensland defence closing down.
And he's had a couple of fumbles as well to start the game, so that'll do his confidence a world of good. As New South Wales ACT with 2 goals on the trot. Hannon had a defence. It was a bit of a spray and pray, hoping for the best. Here's Al Mosley, who represented Australia in wheelchair basketball at the 2000 Sydney Paralympic Games and the Athens Games. And, of course, a silver medalist at that silver at the 2000 Games, which was a pioneering event for the Paralympics. As O'Brien, oh, how's that? The party trick's coming out here for New South Wales ACT. Burns finding Coomber. Hannon involved as well. O'Brien with the little behind-the-back pass. Back in boards. This is just beautiful footy, Ben.
They are here to play, and it's like I said, they're very fluid in terms of their, very reactionary in terms of their game style. What you've seen so far, they've been able to do the short chip around stuff, and they've been able to do the quick lightning counter-attacks.
So we saw O'Brien get the dribbler. He's not going to have the journey. Burns takes the marks. Underarm back to Coomber. Pops it over the top. They've got 3 in a row. The New South Wales ACT rolling Rams. They're rolling through the Queenslanders at the moment.
This could be the proper breakout game for Jai Coomber, and that's the sort of thing we're all here to see, these great stories of these emerging players.
2.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Division 2 grand final. Couldn't quite get possession of the ball, could let us. Burns, they love the underarm pass. They really like to utilise that. Can O'Brien get the ball to sit? Mosley doing the defending, scooped it back up towards Carlson, who's the captain, who's going to usher that one over the line.
Well, we've got Burns down behind play, just helped up by Richards.
As Boyle takes the mark in defence here for Queensland. You probably just need to take a little bit of sting out of the game here, Ben.
Yeah, at times like this, you've got to shift the momentum, and you've probably got to take that pace out of it and get the mental edge back more than anything else.
So Boyle assessing the options, finds a good one here in Paul Letters. 56 goals in 15 games for the Bulldogs up at the Queensland League. Also represented the Gold Coast Suns in the Q Clash. He's going to go for the over-the-shoulder, and it works out. Boyle takes the mark. Centre position player, can't have a shot. Letters pops it through. Queensland with a nice response with only 90 seconds left in this first quarter.
Oh, hang on, the umpire's conferring here. Letters may have thrown that instead of him.
I was going to say, it didn't quite look like he had full control of the ball. Nathan C, our field umpires, does a lot of good work within the Victorian Wheelchair Football League, and I trust his decision every day of the week. So that's going to be all clear, major, against the run of play too.
And Letters with that off for what looks like Steinort coming back on.
As we can hear the Queensland chants coming in. It's going to take every part of me not to completely just yell out Queenslander at full stretch from the boundary. Scott, nearly, that would have been an all-timer. Hits the woodwork. We've seen a few posters already. Under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Couldn't ask for a better start to this grand final, though.
Oh, the intensity is just what a grand final deserves to have. You love to see it.
Queensland got the first. New South Wales ACT responded with the next 3. It's going to stay in for O'Brien. He's had a lot of those 1%er plays. 30 seconds on the clock. Coomber from out long. Can he get it to go through? Another poster. Must be a magnetic pull in these posts this morning, Ben Wesley.
Well, he's hit either one, so the next one's dead set, tracking straight through the middle, hopefully.
What a start to this grand final. 10 seconds on the clock. Will Queensland try and capitalise and get another major before it's all said and done? The coaches certainly want him to. A little bit too hot on the pass. The biceps too strong as the siren sounds to signal the end of the first quarter. New South Wales ACT 3-3-21 thanks to 2 goals to Coomber and 1 to O'Brien. Queensland 2214. Singles to Lachlan Steinort and Paul Otters, Austin Kruger. And Ben Wesley here for Toyota AFL Open, the Division 2 Grand Final. We're going to have a short break before we come back with the second turn.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFL Play's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Toyota. Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFL Play's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Probably. I'm not sure exactly which platform. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to Toyota AFL Open, the National AFL Wheelchair Champion section of AFL Open, of course, with the Inclusion Carnival already wrapped up. That's going to be holding the ball. For those unaware of Wheelchair AFL, a two-hand touch is a tackle if you've had opportunity to get rid of the ball, and it will be called for holding the ball.
Scott down behind play, just looked like almost turned too quickly. Nothing untoward there.
There's often big collisions in Wheelchair AFL. Nonetheless, it'll be Zach Carlson, who just took advantage of New South Wales ACT probably not being quite ready for that ball to be coming inside at forward 50, as Dan Scott will take the mark from a tight angle. Will try and prove it. Wheel around to get the first to the second quarter. Misses to the left.
And that's his third behind so far for the game.
Oof.
Had some tough shots, though, from that first quarter, especially that shot from the boundary.
Lovely interception there from Joshua Boyle. You just heard the voice there of Ben Wesley, star of the Gazman YouTube channel, star of wheelchair footy over in South Australia. As far as stats and all the best reporting, Steinort straight in front here for Queensland. He's going to pass it off. Well done from Burns. Just got a little digit on it. O'Brien's going to come swoop in on the football. A little bit too hot. Might just stay in and work out. Coomba still trying to get possession over the top. Mosley in defence with a good interception. She's been good since coming on, Ben.
Oh, she's been fantastic all tournament. Really reliable interceptor back there for Queensland.
So Joshua Boyle now is Steinort. There's Queensland trying to move this one down the ground. A little bit too hot on the pass, but it might chop of the arms. So it's going to be a free kick on a Queensland down squad of the Redcliffe Tigers. Premiership player last year. Brisbane Lions representative within the Q Clash. I'm going to share the cake around here. Boyle with another disposal. He's been racking them up here for the Queenslanders. And a good mark under pressure. Steinort. Probably want to see him just go back and have the shot here, Ben.
Yeah, you might as well take your chances while they're there.
And another miss to the right. So 2 goals, 4-16 are Queensland, 3-3-21 New South Wales ACT. We've seen a couple of times throughout the tournament, Ben Wesley, that inaccuracy has been a big difference. We saw in the Western Australia matchup yesterday against South Australia. That was arguably the difference in that matchup.
I was just going to mention, I mean, when you have 4 or 5 more scoring shots in the game and you still go down by 20 or 30 points, that's when you know that you've potentially had the better chances.
Jai Coomba, who's got 2 goals to his name. Chris O'Brien with 1 for Queensland, singles to Steinort and Letters. Oh, one-handed. Fantastic grab.
One of my favourite parts of the game are those one-handed pull-ins.
New South Wales, lovely pass, finding Coomba. Is this within his range, Ben Wesley?
Distance-wise, certainly BE looks to pass it off there. Percentage play, and that's what New South Wales are all about.
So O'Brien has made a move into the centre by the looks of it. You're not going to get past the long limbs of Joshua Boyle. But you were saying, we were having a chat off air, that New South Wales probably don't mind having Joshua Boyle being stretched really deep into defence.
I feel he's more dangerous when you're attacking. He's one of the best players in terms of getting the ball inside the forward, forward zone in this tournament. So if you stuff him down the field as far as you can, he's going to be less damaging in terms of the offensive game.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him move into the forward line as well at some stage. I know with the 2024 edition of Toyota AFL Open, he did spend time in the forward line as well. Zach Carlson, the skipper. He's going to play on immediately here for Queensland. They're dominating territory and possession here in this second quarter, but they haven't had too much to speak of as far as the scoreboard is concerned. Just the 2 points for all of their efforts. We're 4 minutes into this second term. Here is Boyle. Providing the next lead will be Scott. Didn't go to him. So they're just going to chip this one around, waiting for the right option to arise. Mosley and Boyle, bit of 1-2 action. Scott, again, wasn't rewarded on the lead, so they're just being patient with their football here.
This defensive structure of New South Wales is enthralling to watch. Look at them trying to stick goal side as much as they can.
Well, I'll tell you what, Boyle nearly could have left that for Steinort. Centre position player, as I've mentioned, for those new to wheelchair AFL, wondering why he's having a ping at the goals. It's because he's a centre player and can't, so he passes it off to his mate in Steinort. And with this major, well, possible major, they could take the lead by a single digit. The halfway stage of this second term. Slight angle here for Queensland. They've had 2 misses to start the term. Make that 3. Inaccuracy could be their undoing.
Well, here's where you've got to start to shift the story around, because otherwise you're going to lower your own heads. 1 goal here instead of a behind makes all the difference mentally.
Well, as the points continue to accumulate, as does the mental wear. And often you do see the teams just pop up down the other end. O'Brien evades the tackle, takes a cheeky bounce.
Too much.
And that's going to be holding the ball.
And again, that's Mosley, who's been fantastic defensively.
Certainly right. But yet again, we've got 4.5 minutes left in this second term, and it feels like New South Wales haven't really had a lot of the footy, but they still have the lead by 4 points. So Queensland really need some reward for their efforts. There's a bit of a Hail Mary pass. Both players weren't actually quite aware that the ball was in coming towards them. Well done there from New South Wales. Coomber takes the mark. Lewis Richards, take a bow.
I tell you what, he's been underrated this tournament. He's been very solid defensively, as has Matt Hannon here.
He's a good character. He's Matt Hannon. Perfect, picture-perfect pass. New South Wales ACT, after all of the Queensland territory and disposal domination here in the second term, Toby Popple can line up for the first of the second quarter and give New South Wales a nice little buffer as we head in towards half-time. Passes it off instead. Apologies, he was the centre-up sub. O'Brien straight in front. He passes it to the centre. Interesting decision there for Popple not to have a ping.
Yeah, well, New South Wales are one of the teams who have the most marks in the forward zone per team per game, which from their scoring you wouldn't guess, but it's because they like to generate the best possible chance they can. Sometimes that can backfire, as it has here.
Queensland coaches are pumped up on the sidelines. I'm very happy they've had some big defensive stops. The pressure has been immense. It's just their efficiency that is really letting them down. As Fernandez with a little deflection, just slipping through the hands there of Popple, in dispute, trickling towards the boundary line.
This is grand final pressure. This is absolute grand final pressure. Both sides pressing high, very rarely finding a player in their own defensive third when the ball's up the other end.
So we had 5 goals in the opening quarter. No majors as of yet here in the second. That's a risky pass back in towards the goal corridor of defence. But O'Brien makes light work of it. How is that for a pass? Coomber takes the mark. That is just wonderful wheelchair football. Hannon, New South Wales ACT, starting to build some steam at the latter stage of this second term. Can they capitalise? Popple takes the mark. Coomber's got a 1-on-1 just outside the goal square. Popple assessing. Yet again, Mosley with another defensive stop. She's been massive. Richards was able to get the pass away, but Joshua Boyle with another interception. Ben Mosley.
And it's these passes that the person on the mark has been so critical in this game, coming close and making those valuable intercepts.
Well, Joshua Boyle is coming off the MVP of the Q Clash this year, of course. Queensland with the annual Q Clash between the Brisbane Lions and the Gold Coast Suns. He's the star of the competition. And he's trying to get that one in towards... Might just dribble all the way through for a minor score. It was Dan Scott.
That would have been quite something if that was the chance they converted there. But 0-4 for Dan Scott. Again, though, tough chances. Pretty much every shot he's been given has been a tricky one.
Just under 90 seconds left till half-time. New South Wales ACT leading by 3 points. They're yet to register a score here in the second quarter. Join alongside myself, Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley here for Toyota AFL Open, the wheelchair AFL section. It's the second annual edition of the competition. Of course, the wheelchair championships have been going since 2016, along with the inclusion carnival in 2015.
Hands up, Dan.
O'Brien deep in defence.
Hands up, Dan.
Interesting to see how this last 60 seconds of the quarter plays out. He's going to be told to play on, got to find an option. Geez, they're pulling off some very risky passes, but it's almost just a necessity due to the Queensland pressure. Very strong set of mittens.
Fantastic effort from Scott there, just unlucky not to be able to make that interception. But I wouldn't be surprised if New South Wales really tried to ride this quarter out here. There's no use trying to reinvent the wheel here if you're going to risk interception. Well, Scott looks like his legs sort of trapped in the chair a little bit, unfortunately. Just fell a bit awkwardly.
So there's 37 seconds left here in the second quarter. Just get Dan Scott getting back onto his chair from the support from the team managers. They do a wonderful job through each team. It's a big effort from all here at Toyota AFL Open. Big thanks to all the volunteers, coaches, support staff, and you can hear the crowd in attendance applaud what was a fantastic, mighty effort. I still can't get the words that came out of your mouth yesterday. Gladiatorial this sport is, isn't it, Ben Mosley?
Absolutely. It's ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and you'll see he'll be subbed here for Fernandez, but gets a deserved round of applause for his bravery.
Absolutely right. So New South Wales ACT Deep in defence with O'Brien. As we've mentioned, still yet to register a score here in the second. They've been weathering the storm. Can they do so for another 37 seconds? Or could they potentially pinch one before the siren? As play has officially resumed. O'Brien into the middle. Big ball to be won, and it's one from the captain in Carlson.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Why take the risk when you're going to get intercepted with, 20 seconds to go?
Lovely pass. Finding Steinert. Lachlan Steinert, I've been told, he lives 4 hours west of Brisbane and he travels in every week to play. That is absolute dedication to the sport. There's so many stories like that in wheelchair AFL. We've got Josh Christian, who recently retired for the Vic League, who does the same from Tassie. Still an opportunity with seconds remaining. Boyle takes the mark, but he's a centre position player, so he cannot have a shot on goal. And at the end of the first half, it's New South Wales 3-3-21 to Queensland. Am I correct in saying 2 goals 6?
Indeed you are.
Wow.
It is unbelievable.
And do you want to go through the goal scorers quickly for us, please, Ben Wesley?
I would love to. For New South Wales, we have Jai Kuma with 2 goals too, and we have Chris O'Brien with 1 straight. For Queensland, we have Paul Letters, who is this year's Queensland MVP, I believe, with 1 straight. Lockie Steinort with 1 goal too, and Dan Scott with 0 goals 4.
So there we go at halftime for this Division 2 grand final. It's the New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams leading by 3 points. We're going to throw to an ad break before we come back for the second half.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate! Toyota. Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you. Would there be anything else?
Toyota.
It's half time here for the Toyota AFL Open Division 2 grand final between the New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams and Queensland. 3-3-21 are New South Wales to Queensland 2-6-18. 0 goals for in that second quarter for the Queenslanders. New South Wales didn't register a score. My name is Austin Kruger. Joined alongside Ben Wesley. And Ben, what were your thoughts from the first half?
Very, very interesting. That first quarter had so much scoring. As you said, 5 goals in total, and then it just turned into an absolute defensive slugfest. So we've seen 2 different flavours across 2 quarters. I'll be very interested to see if we go back to either one of those 2 or if we find something completely different in the third.
Our goal scorers from the first half of play for New South Wales ACT was Tudajai Kumba, the 15-year-old prodigy of wheelchair AFL that you're going to be hearing for years to come, along with Chris O'Brien, who got a single. Queensland, and 2 goals coming from Paul Letters and Lachlan Steinort. Second half siren is imminent here at La Trobe University in Bundoora. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on KO Sports, KO Freebies, and the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. The 2025 Toyota AFL Open, we're underway. It's going to be Queensland going to the right of your dial, New South Wales to the left. He's done very well to take the mark. It was passed off from Burns and Ahmed
big hit in the background.
I didn't have my eyes on that
Hopple
play.
And Carlson came together just completely inadvertently, trying to rush around the back line, and Carlson went down. All fine behind play, though, but what a hit.
So hopefully both players... It might be a free kick. So it's going to be a downfield free kick. This is a massive moment. A downfield free kick. We're waiting for confirmation. Nathan to Queensland. Okay. To Zach Carlson. Now, Jeff Newman just texted me about Zach Carlson. He's on the Brisbane Lions wheelchair list. His dad, Darren Carlson, who was present at the venue today, played for the Brisbane Bears in the late 80s and 90s, making it a very unique father-son that we've got in store for us today.
That is super cool. You love to see those sorts of stories.
And a big thanks to Jeff Rowe texting us in. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast up there in the sunny state of Queensland. He did a wonderful job hosting the first edition of Toyota AFL Open last year as Letters takes the mark. You're right in saying it was the Queensland Wheelchair Football League best and fairest in 2025. Back in boards to Steinort.
Second in league scoring as well behind Michael Dobby Bridges.
Yet again, inaccuracy. It's not going to go down as a minor score, but really struggling in front of the big sticks. They could be much further in front of this contest. That being said, Ben, the defence has been enormous from New South Wales ACT.
Absolutely stellar, and they've got a new addition in that defensive quartet this quarter with Victoria Simpson, who has been very underrated, but absolutely fantastic against SA. Took a couple of intercept marks, so she should start here. She's on Steinort right now.
She was the Canberra Gunners MVP award winner. Also has represented Australian wheelchair basketball at the Asia Oceania Championships. Joshua Boyle taking the mark. Centre position player in the yellow wristband. You're going to get sick of me saying that throughout the broadcast, but he can't have a ping at the goals. Just faked out the defender momentarily. Burns has done well defensively. It's going to be a New South Wales ACT ball, so that's a big defensive stop yet again, Ben.
Terrific smother and a tackle. Pivotal pressure.
So here she is, just spoken about Victoria Simpson. Underarm pass And back to Burns. That's something we probably haven't seen them utilise since the first quarter, is that underarm pass. We saw them do some showtime plays. Let's take it to mark will be Chris O'Brien. New South Wales ACT for the first time really since the first term are looking threatening and controlling a bit of possession here as Popple pops up. He's an unselfish player, isn't he, Ben?
He is, and he'll pass. I was assuming he'd pass this off. He had that hand injury on day 2, of course.
Plays on, a little bit too close to the player on the mark there in Mosley, but O'Brien was able to take the mark. Underarm pass back to Popple, a little bit rushed. Good defence yet again from Mosley. Another minus score. That's Queensland, apologies, that's New South Wales ACT's first score since the late stages of the first quarter.
And yet still retain the lead. What a game this has been. Highly unusual.
Couldn't ask for anything better here for Toyota AFL Open, the National AFL Wheelchair Championships. This is the Division 2 Grand Final later this afternoon at 1:15 p.m. We've got the Division 1 matchup between Victoria and South Australia. We've got the State of Origin rivalry currently happening. The Queenslanders are pumped up, and we're hearing the New South Wales is just as loud. We're just not as close to them. We're right next to the Queensland bench here, aren't we, Ben?
We are indeed, as Letters tries to go for one ball, stays in for a bit, but Dan Burns will receive. Brad Burns, sorry, will receive.
Oh, Burnsy. There'll be no Boo Earns today. So Burns down the line, Popple and O'Brien, just a little bit of a communication breakdown. Geez, I tell you what, first quarter we had 5 goals. It was very open, dazzling set of play from both sides, but the grand final defensive screws have tightened, and O'Brien, he has been awe-inspiring this afternoon, Ben Wesley.
And this is where New South Wales have improved. Only 3 intercepts in the reverse fixture last game. Of course, the game's now twice as long in the final series, but New South Wales have really taken the intercept game up to them.
May I just say, for all the people tuning in, and you're wondering, where does Ben Wesley get these stats? This man sits there and watches every game with his pen and paper and is writing them down. I've seen the spreadsheet. It is overwhelming, the amount of numbers in there. So I want to give Ben Wesley a big shout out, bringing us all the numbers, all the stats, because obviously we don't really have all the stats here at AFL Open. Ben Wesley has just been sitting there crunching them all competition. So a big thanks to all of your efforts, Ben Wesley.
Oh, you're too kind. This is basically a business holiday, essentially, with more Microsoft Excel.
So Joshua Boyle, 5 minutes remain here in the third quarter. We all know what they call the third quarter. We are here for the grand final. Queensland chipping it around. Just a slight little bit of lull. Just being played between the two arcs at the moment. Carlson waiting for an option to arise at centre court here at La Trobe University. Joshua Boyle comes in with a block, allowing Fernandez to get a bit of space. Bump ball, great pickup. Good control of the footy. Mosley, Fernandez, and there's the defensive Simpson. Excellent work. Teetering with the boundary line, underarm pass from Simpson back in towards the defensive goal square. And Burns finding O'Brien yet again, the defensive desperation bet.
She's done incredibly there, and what New South Wales are doing here is they're playing O'Brien pretty much permanently as the third extra man or third extra player back behind the ball in that defensive third. That's how they're getting so much congestion back there. Very Ross Lyon-esque.
Yes. So here is Burns. Last year was his first year playing wheelchair AFL. It was the 2024 New South Wales Best and Fairest at AFL Open. So pretty good for your first year. That's going to be holding the ball. This is where we've seen Queensland really get on top, is those tackling pressure and defensive 1%ers. So Mosley will take mark as a defender, so can't cross into that forward third of the ground here in wheelchair AFL. Ground split up into thirds, almost netball style-esque as far as the positioning is concerned for those tuning in to wheelchair AFL for the first time. And there we go. We've got a lead that's been rewarded. Lining up directly in front will be Dan Scott. What are his numbers so far?
4 behinds for the game.
Oof, 4 behinds for the game. He's finally got one. All clear. Dan Scott, after 4 consecutive behinds, finally gets him age up. And Queensland take the lead to the tune of 2 points with 3 minutes and change remaining here in this third term.
And a huge personnel change. We've got Zach Carlson going up front. He has been dynamite in front of goal this tournament. Played down back for the last couple of games, but he will be electric up front if New South Wales aren't careful.
So they're moving the magnets around after a major 2. Burns. Here's Simpson, underarm pass. Boyle's going to have to try to find a forward. Can Scott get two very quickly? No, he can't. I think he's had two out of bounds on the fulls as well, along with the four behinds and the one major. Simpson doing excellent work in defence. New South Wales ACT struggling to get the ball in their forward half of the ground, really, since the first term.
It's that dedication to that extra player back behind the ball. It makes it very difficult to transition. Oh, what a grab.
Well officiated as well. He showed control of the ball, falling to the ground, and O'Brien gets back up quick, smart. That is the beauty of wheelchair AFL. The skill on display, putting their bodies on the line.
Oh, absolutely 100%. No regard for his own safety there. He just threw himself at that thing.
Can that be the moment to maybe lift the squad, to get a bit more momentum building in the latter stage of this third quarter? Need to get Coomber back on the court, I reckon. Who's that going to be off?
That's a chop of the arms against Al Mosley, and
must be a good Queensland contingency in attendance today, Ben. You could either use an arsing in the crowd.
It was definitely there, though. Great call from the umpire. That's Nathan on the other side, I believe.
Yes, it is. He's been there since the start of the Victorian Wheelchair Football League. He's an excellent man. Does some good work in the field. Missed him during the Lightning Carnival. He's come back up for the big games, as Nate. Back in boards. Popple's got to have a shot. He's got to go back and have a shot at some point. He's passed a few off. He's gone a bit too close and played on.
So I don't think he's got the range, though. He had that, that injury on day two with a wheelchair cast. The Lenderman's hand had a hematoma in his hand, cleared of breaks, but I don't see him shooting from long range today.
Oh, they've put themselves under pressure here. They've worked it out. Well done from Burns, showing some composure, finding O'Brien. Minute and change left in the third. Queensland by 2 points here for this Division 2 Grand Final, live on KO Sports and the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. Victoria Simpson has been fantastic since coming onto the court. There's a gang of Queenslanders surrounding Burns, just getting the pass away. Popple, that is a fantastic grab at full pace, full stretch to hold on to that chair in bed.
Lovely mark, but you can see that Queensland have read the Burns-Simpson combo there, the give and go. They are really trying to cut that down.
Popple, he's got the hand injury, and we're seeing that. Mosley and Popple just share a laugh between them. Oh, it's going to be, must have gone out off Queensland. I thought he might have been in danger of giving away a free kick for a wraparound tackle. That Lewis Richards has had some good moments throughout. 14 seconds on the clock. Need to get a move on. He's going to go all the way, and the ball just stops at the last second. That is the complexity of the beauty of the Sharon football, Ben.
It's just absolutely unpredictable. Took almost the Montfrees bounce, we call that in South Australia.
And there we go, the end of the third quarter. There's only 2 points in it. New South Wales ACT 22, trailing the Queenslanders by 2 points. Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley. We're going to have a short break here for Toyota AFL Open, but do not go anywhere, because this grand final is going right down to the wire.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Toyota. Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Ten minutes of football remain here for the Division 2 matchup here for Toyota AFL Open, the National AFL Wheelchair Championships, and what a game we have in store for you. New South Wales ACT 3-4-22 trailing the Queenslanders 3-6-24. At the end of the first quarter, it was New South Wales by 7 points. At halftime, it was New South Wales by 3 points. It's now Queensland by 2. Austin Kruger's my name, joined alongside Ben Wesley. And Ben, you were telling me off air, some of the scoring shot numbers pretty alarming from Queensland as far as their inability to capitalise and maybe some defensive laps from New South Wales.
Well, both sides as well. Across the entire game so far, 6 goals, 20 shots. I've never really seen anything like this, but from Queensland in particular, I believe they've had 12 of those shots for 3 goals. Whoever wins this game will be the side that is best in front of goal in this quarter. Sounds simple to say, but harder to do by these numbers.
With Geelong 2008-esque in front of goals in the grand final. As here we go, we're underway. The last quarter, the Division 2 grand final. Packed house here at Latrobe Uni in Bundoora. If you're around town, get on down. Underarm pass into the goal square. Ahmed Alhaj Yusuf, within 10 seconds of this last quarter, puts the Rolling Rams back in front.
What goal drought, I ask you. It has taken them 10 seconds to crack that nut. Absolutely fantastic.
He was the Sydney Swans MVP this year. He's been a part of the New South Wales ACT side, at least as far as I can remember.
He did a great job against SA as well. I believe he scored 3 in the first term.
An opportunity potentially. Well defended, Carlson. Desperation. Joshua Boyle back in boards towards Dan Scott. Does have a goal to his name. Taps it back. Not sure if that was the intention, but it worked out to McKelvey. Finding Boyle. We're going to play it down.
Yeah, that was Zach Carlson behind play as he attempted to go for that ball. Very brave effort, and I think it ended up helping Queensland out in the end there.
Certainly right. Because we're only 36 seconds into this last quarter. It felt like an entirety already. Zach Carlson, the skipper. We're getting muster up here for the Queenslanders. There's no one on the goal line. There's a push after the play. 5-metre penalty.
Oh.
So we're going to wait to see the official ruling. I believe it's going to be a 5-metre penalty brought forward.
It is, and he would have missed that shot as well.
He would have.
And that's the pressure that a grand final can bring.
There's a bit of a hush falls over Latrobe University here in Bundoora as the captain, Zachary Carlson, lines up pretty much directly in front to give Queensland the lead here in the last quarter of this Division 2 grand final. He misses to the left.
Alhaj Yusuf will be breathing a sigh of relief that will be audible from the back row.
Wow. This game has had it all. What a fantastic display of wheelchair AFL.
Let's go.
Popple deep in defence. O'Brien takes the mark. My father just texted me saying, surely Queensland's taken too many cups home this year within all aspects and leagues of football. I think he might be going for the New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams, but goes to show just the state of the AFL in Queensland. It's in a fantastic spot. We might hold that thought because he could be on for another. No score. But football is thriving in Queensland, Ben Wesley.
Oh, absolutely 100%. With the Gold Coast Suns starting to, they've broken their finals drought. Brisbane looking like they're probably up for another three-piece.
The AFLW side's been a mainstay for many years. One of the best in the business. Has up for a pass. Oh. Wow. Boyle hitting Carlson on the chest. Queensland down by 3 points.
And that's the way you get past that high defensive press. Just go over the top.
Nice bit of composure. Waited for the option. Waited for the lead. And Dan Scott. What are his numbers?
He has had 8 shots, 1 goal, 4.
Can he do it? It's gone directly over the goalpost. It has been an almost kind of afternoon. That's almost an understatement. He could have had about 10 goals.
Oh, absolutely 100%. 3 goals, 8 right now for Queensland, and that is the most pivotal number as El Haj Yusuf comes up towards the goal, an open run. And that's his second. He has broken this game open. Accuracy problems have stifled everyone except the man who's come on in the last and broken this thing to pieces. Could that be the burst of adrenaline that powers New South Wales towards the title?
Wow. What a play. A mirror image of the first. Here's Coomba. Haven't seen him since the second quarter. Scott, bit of a fumble. O'Brien applying the pressure. Popple in defence, tracking the ball. Does so nicely. Hannon applying the block. He goes to the bounce. Bump ball to Coomba. Couldn't quite garner possession. O'Brien taps it forward to the man with the hot hands. Can't quite on this occasion. 7 minutes remain here in this Division 2 Grand Final. 8 points is the margin. Carlson has elected to play on. He's made a move into defence. They're moving a lot of magnets around Queensland.
And time on in the last quarter as well, don't forget. So time will shift a lot slower than you think. Out in the field, it's going to feel like an eternity with the game this close as Scott takes a mark up front.
It's going to be, feels like an eternity for Scott as he lines up for goal. He's been peppering. He's going to pass it off to Boyle instead. He was probably a little bit too far out. Wanted to get it to a closer distance. Boyle's the centre position player, so he'll give it back to Scott. That's just beautiful 1-2 Magoo football. As you can hear the coaches saying, back yourself, you've got it. Did O'Brien get a hand on it? He didn't. A defensive lapse. And finally, Dan Scott gets his second major.
When the game is this close and the line is that open, you have to guard it. But credit to Scott. That's his second now. Hopefully that's the Yips at bay.
The Rolling Rams, New South Wales ACT leading by 2 points, searching for their first bit of silverware here in the National AFL Wheelchair Championships. Ball to be won in the middle. Steinort couldn't quite. Hannon there for the Rolling Rams. Boyle's going to be at the fall of it. Can he find an option? O'Brien, one-handed. We've seen him do it a couple of times, haven't we, Ben?
And we have indeed. He has been everywhere today. Fair shout potentially for the best on-ground medal.
Of course, that'll be announced a little bit later this afternoon. It's the Brendan Stroud medalist, of course, is a little bit rushed there with the pass from Hannon. Bit of perceived pressure here in the grand final as we tick towards the halfway stage of this last term. It's going to be Carlson to bring him out. What are our thoughts on Carlson making the move into defence?
He has enjoyed the shift back to defence, he was telling me before the game. He brings a rebounding force to Queensland that I don't think they have without him back there, but potentially leaves them without a pure finisher up front. It's very hard to determine where he's better.
So Mosley just goes to the little tap forward. Ball to be won in the middle. Ooh. And that's a big collision there. We're going to have to stop play. Mosley's a tough operator. It's not going to keep the likes of Al Mosley down. That was quite the crash and bash. Hopefully she's all the best. It may have been a bit of contact when her head hit the ground. She was pretty quickly to get back up on her feet as the crowd applauds here at La Trobe University in Bundoora, as do all the players on the court. That is the sportsmanship of Toyota AFL Open. Al Mosley, who's represented Australia at the 2000 Sydney Games and 04 Athens Games, is a silver medalist and a star of wheelchair sports around Australia.
A tough customer as well. Grin on her face as she comes on, only because she was told to. She wanted to stay on.
Of course. But Well done for the medics and the team, sports staff. After a knock to the noggin, you've got to be careful. New South Wales somehow were able to get that ball underarm pass. Coomber had to give it back to O'Brien. Burns back to Coomber. Can this be the moment for the young man? Yes, it can. That's number 3. There's still plenty of time left. But that is a major moment of this Division 2 grand final.
That is a maturing play from a young man. Not only did he finish it, but he helped set it up. A couple of quick passes in there, and positioning was beautiful. Fantastic work.
This has been one of the best wheelchair AFL games I've been a part of. The crowd in attendance, creating a wonderful atmosphere. A fierce game, played with good spirit. Bouncing ball inside Queensland's forward third. Was it tapped back off the chair of Burns? It's going to be called for a stoppage. It'll be thrown up.
Get in there, mate.
So if it was inconclusive, it means we bring him in about 3 metres. But it might just work out here for Queensland. He's missed again, has Scott.
That was a tough chance, though. Had to go over his shoulder under pressure. Even the best players have trouble with those.
7 points in it. The New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams, they only narrowly missed the Division 1 section of AFL Open. They finished 5th on the ladder out of 8 teams. It looked like they were going to break through, but they might break through for their first grand final within the wheelchair champs. Can Coomber get his 4th? That might be the grand final. We spoke about him, the prodigy, a name you'll be hearing for years to come in wheelchair AFL, has just kicked his 4th goal and his 2nd in the last quarter. That's the definition of clutch, Ben Wesley.
And credit to El Haj Youssef as well. They were so busy chasing him that they forgot about the bloke who's now kicked his 4th goal. Absolutely fantastic work from the both of them there.
Burns couldn't quite find the target. Scott keeps it in. Hannon's initial fumble did well to find the pass away. Mosley and Carlson in defence. A little bit rushed on the pass. Ball, as we're going to have to stop play. So the rulings are within wheelchair AFL, if a player does fall off their chair, the play can resume if they are nowhere near the play, but if the ball goes near them, then they call for a stoppage, and that's what we've seen with 3 minutes 37 seconds left here for this Division 2 grand final. Queensland need a response and need to do so quickly, Ben Wesley.
Exactly, and they need to be methodical about it as well. Rushing in haste is just absolutely going to hurt you.
Into space, we've seen them capitalise a few times through it. Carlson in defence, well done. Al Haj Youssef just thumps that one back into play. It's going to trickle out, and Carlson will bring the Queenslanders back in, deep in defence. 3 minutes 20 on the clock here for Toyota AFL Open. The pass, it's a long one, couldn't quite find the target. Can Scott get it at the fall of the ball? Hannon happily seeing that one over the line.
And that's what I was saying earlier. You need 2 Zach Carlsons, one up front, one down back. He's done beautiful work back here. There just needs to be a big target up front presenting and someone to swoop on the low ball, which Zach would probably be able to do if he was stationed up there.
So New South Wales ACT with 3 minutes left in this grand final. It'll be interesting to see how they play a bit of game management, or do they want to go for the final blow? They do have a handy point. 13 points is the margin. So Queensland would need 3 goals in 2.5 minutes for the Lee Matthews adage. It's starting to get pretty tough for the Queenslanders, although you can score quite quickly in wheelchair AFL, can't you, Ben?
You can indeed. It's almost more tens of seconds rather than minutes, but oh dear.
Yeah, so a little bit of a off skew pass there from Burns. That could be a big moment in this game. Bringing him back in will be Steinott. He's got a goal to his name. Boyle's open inside the forward third centre position player, so we'll need to find a player with a blue wristband. Steinott and Scott are the 2 options. Well defended at the moment. Hannon couldn't quite. Scott takes the mark directly in front.
Surely he couldn't miss from here.
Oh, Dan Scott, 2 goals. A number of misses, and he gives Queensland a heartbeat, a slight glimmer of hope. 1 minute 49 seconds, the clock stops at 7 points, the margin. It is well and truly still on here, Ben.
And here we go. Fernandez coming on. He'll be that crumbing forward as Steinort comes off. They've got a good balance up here now. Let's see if they can make the most of it.
Wow, what a game. What a game of wheelchair AFL. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Can Scott go into an open goal square? Will Burns get to it first? Extremely well done. He didn't even rush it over, but it landed to Boyle, who gave it back to Scott. Wow, Scott's going to play on. So he's going to get brought back onto his line. Very fortuitous. Very fortuitous. Scott played on. He missed the shot. He gets a second attempt. He puts it through. There's 1 point in it. Minute 15 seconds. Scott's got 5.
What a story it would be if Scott would finish this one off for the Queenslanders. So inaccurate early on, but he has sharpened up big time.
Wow. You can hear the Queensland chants here at La Trobe University in Mundura. The ball spills out towards the broadcast wing. Popple bangs into us here in the broadcast booth, but Coomber takes the mark. This is the crash and bash of wheelchair AFL. Wow.
And credit the composure, the great man Austin Kruger did not break a sweat whilst a big heavy bench was thrust directly at his chest.
I got done in the back yesterday as well. Well, used to it. There's Popple. There's under a minute remaining. There's 1 point in it. New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams trying to control possession. Burns. Can he find an option? He can. And Popple. Oh, he's had a couple of nervous moments with those disposals here in the last quarter as Burns. Valuable seconds continue to tick down. They find an option. They're safe hands.
But you can't be playing tempo when you're 1 point up because one mistake means you're doomed.
Exactly right. We know how quickly you can capitalise off the turnover. That is a piercing pass to find Toby Popple. 27 seconds left. 1 point. New South Wales ACT lead by for this Division 2 Grand Final. Popple's been told to play on. No, he hasn't. 5 metre penalty, and that might just be enough. Wow, this game has well and truly had it all. Toby Popple will be brought 5 metres forward thanks to an encroachment on the mark. Clock stops at 5.5. Popple's already celebrating. So are the New South Wales ACT boys in attendance. Popple comes through for the icing on top of the cake. The sauce on the sausage. And there we go, New South Wales ACT. Well, that's going to be enough. There's only 0.2 seconds left on the clock, so the players are going to shake hands, even though there's technically time left. Ben Wesley, what a game of football.
I'm out of breath. I can't believe it. And you can see how much it means to the New South Wales players. Popple going over to hug his teammate and falling over practically in his arms.
And it's going to be Chris O'Brien in the centre. The man I was chatting with pre-game. We spoke about the heartbreak that they've suffered throughout the Wheelchair Championships in previous years. They've gotten close on so many occasions. The whole state has worked extremely hard in improving their wheelchair sport system. And they're reaping the rewards. They are your Division 2 Grand finalists. They are the premiers. They've defeated Queensland by 7 points in one of the more outrageous, miraculous games of football I have ever seen, as we can see the emotion on the sideline.
And there are two numbers that tell a story of this game. 6 goals, 9 for Queensland. Any one of those converted chances could have seen them potentially win the game. Oh boy, what a match we've just had, Austin Kruger.
I'm almost lost for words, Ben Wesley, and as a commentator, that's definitely not a good thing, but, I mean, wow. That was just... The first quarter, we had 5 goals. We had some of the most dazzling plays I've seen within Division 2 of the Wheelchair Championships, which goes to show the improvement and the development of this wonderful competition. Then we had a bit of a stalemate between quarter 2 and quarter 3. There was only 1 goal scored going the way of Queensland. They came into this last term up by 2 points. New South Wales hadn't actually scored a goal since the first quarter at the start of this last, and they've managed to pile on. Was it 4 goals in the last?
I do believe it was, might have been 5 actually.
Wow. Jai Coomber popped up with a few. Ahmed Alhaj Yusuf within 10 seconds of the last quarter popped one into the goal square. That almost feels like 3 years ago with the amount of stuff that happened. We almost lost a couple of limbs here on the sidelines as well. Popple banged through the broadcast booth. What a game. For those tuning in to Wheelchair AFL for the first time, they are absolutely treated here on KO Sports and the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley here bringing you all the action as the players celebrate. And as you said, Ben, you could see how much it meant, not only to the players on the court, but the coaches, but also the Inclusion Carnival players that have come down to watch their fellow statesmen win this Division 2 title.
There are tears being shed genuinely because this has been the culmination of the growth of the sport over the last 2 or 3 years in the state. It's absolutely incredible. But one person I cannot help but absolutely feel for is Lockie Carlson, as that mistake could have happened to anyone and the game didn't deserve to be decided on that, but what a finish.
We're going to tune into the post-game presentation.
We present the Premier flag to the winning team today, New South Wales. But before we do that, a round of applause for both giving us a great display of wheelchair footy. It was a terrific contest from both teams. Thank you very much. Before we do that, it takes a lot of work to put these events on, and firstly to our umpires, our team in green, who put a tremendous effort both across the wheelchair and the inclusion competition. We've done an amazing job, so thank you, umpires. Also to our amazing staff and volunteers, 60 people volunteer their time to be here to make sure that the event has been seamless as possible. So thank you to all the AFL crew and volunteers who have helped out. You're all legends. I'm Greg Medican here from AFL. We present the winning. But before I do that, again, I'd just like to say congratulations to the Queensland team. Magnificent effort over the 4 days. You should be very proud of your efforts. Well done. Now, can I please introduce Toby and Danny from the New South to accept the win. Wheelchair champions, New South Wales.
The celebrations for the New South Wales ACT Rolling Rams, who take out the Division 2 title. What an epic game. They lift the trophy for the first time in their history. A well-deserved moment for a wonderful state and territory, of course, within the New South Wales and ACT. The final scores, 8-4-52 were New South Wales ACT defeating Queensland 6-9-45. Our goal scorers for New South Wales ACT, Jakumba with 4, including 2 of those in the last quarter. Ahmed Alhaj Youssef with 2, all in the last quarter. Chris O'Brien and Toby Popple with singles apiece. For Queensland, Dan Scott, I'll tell you what, it was an almost kind of afternoon. He had the 3 majors, could have been about 12. Zachary Carlson, Paul Letters, Lachlan Steinhardt with all singles. Ben Wesley, some final thoughts from you from what was a fantastic game of football.
Again, I just cannot believe what we've seen over the last 40-45 minutes. Both teams threw everything they had to the contest, and what this was a display of the emerging states and how they've really developed their programs going forward, which has been sensational to see. This is the accumulation of years and years and years of great work by great people.
Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley checking out for the Division 2 Grand Final. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage of this first matchup. But guess what? There is more to come. And I tell you what, this next game might even be better than this one. It's hard to believe, but it could happen. At 1:15 p.m, it's the Division 1 Grand Final between Victoria and South Australia. The Vics are searching for the 4-peat within Division 1. They're trying to equal the record of South Australia's 4-peat of the early 2016 squad that reached the same feat. We're going to have a short break here on KO Sports, the AFL Play YouTube channel, and KO Freebies before we bring you right up to the Division 1 Grand Final for Toyota AFL Open.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota, and we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate! Toyota. Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate! Toyota.
Wheelchair Division 1 Grand Final between South Australia and Victoria. The AFL acknowledges the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, the traditional owners of the land we gather on today, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge we play a great game on this land and respect the cultures of all First Peoples, their contribution to our nation and their contribution to the game of Australian rules football. If you're able, we ask you all to join with our players, coaches and umpires and please stand for the Australian national anthem.
Here we go, the main event, the moment you've all been waiting for. Toyota AFL Open will officially come to its conclusion with the main event. The Division 1 National AFL Wheelchair Championships, South Australia taking on Victoria. We've got Adam Roke, the captain of the SA squad, meeting in the middle with Nick Bryant, the skipper of the Big V. As we do have the coin toss, it's one from South Australia. They've elected to go to the right of your dial. My name is Austin Kruger, joined alongside Ben Wesley. And Ben Wesley, you've come over from SA as just to watch. You've hopped on the commentary team. You've done an excellent job. You're the stats man. You're the stats guru. And you've actually just popped on a South Australia shirt. And you've even got a badge. So when we talk about commentary, you know, trying to remain unbiased, 2 minutes before the bounce, he's put on just about every bit of South Australia apparel you could find.
I've found that I can spiritually be biased, but I'm hoping that in my in my physical form I can be as even-handed as possible. I think we've got one Victorian voice here as well that's looking as if they want the Big V to get up, though.
Well, look, yes. It's a known fact for those who love wheelchair AFL. I am a Victorian. I've worked within the Victorian Wheelchair Football League for a number of years. This is my fourth time commentating the National Championship. It was basically my first gig, so... Yes, I'm from Victoria, but there'll be no bias at all from us in the broadcast booth here on K Sports, K Freebies in the AFLPLAY YouTube channel. What a day we've had for Toyota AFL Open. A quick little summary for you. We've got things going with the Inclusion Carnival. The Division 2 Grand Final, Northern Territory won with about 20 seconds left on the clock, defeating WA by a point. Then we saw Tasmania in Division 2 take out the three-peat against South Australia. And who could forget, Division 2 Wheelchair AFL National Championships. New South Wales, in one of the more dramatic games we've ever seen, defeated Queensland by 7 points to take out the Division 2 title. But this is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is a long time coming. Lots of storylines. Victoria, they've won the past 3 national championships, Ben. South Australia won the previous 4 before that. So South Australia, you could tell from the very start of this competition, came in with a chip on their shoulder, wanting to stop the Vics, equaling their record of the 4-peat as we're underway. The Division 1 Grand Final, Toyota AFL Open Wheelchair Champs, Victoria and South Australia, as we get an early spill out to the broadcast booth here, Ben Wesley.
Yeah, and Adam Roke is going to be a key here for South Australia. 23 disposals in the Lightning Carnival clash between these two. But the ruck contests there were fairly even. So he is hoping for Victoria that they can find that midfield ascendancy to overcome that.
Of course, 3 different positions in wheelchair AFL. Centre position players in the yellow wristbands, defenders in the red wristbands, forwards in the blue. Think about it almost like netball as far as the players can move around. And Seb Welsh with a good mark, but an even better pass from Hayden Orber, who took out the best on-ground ball honours in yesterday's semi-final matchup with half a finger sliced off. It was Welsh. Passes it off to Yasin Hollywood Hill. He messaged me the other night saying a Hollywood Hill masterclass is incoming, Ben. And he had 7 goals in about 11 minutes of play. We didn't see him for the rest of the game. They put him on ice, waiting for the big dance. As Hollywood Hill lines up for the first to the grand final, a hush falls over La Trobe University. Hill comes in and misses to the left. Oh, that would have brought the house down.
Just decisive though early. Always good to get your sights in first, and sometimes you need an adjustment shot. He'll get plenty more opportunities coming through the rest of the day.
Welsh, beautiful work, going back to the flight, getting a slight touch on it. Bryant couldn't quite. Smythe, Seb Welsh, great pickup, but couldn't quite capitalise over the top. The pass from Moroki, finding Stuart Webster, who can line up at South Australia's first.
And that's what he's been doing all tournament, just pushing that defender forward and then just easily backing off the edge. A tricky learn from TJ by the looks of things.
Better shots from better spots for the South Australians. Coming in for the first to the grand final. There we go. Stuart Webster makes no mistake. The Crow Eaters get the first to the big dance.
And I'm going to pretend not to be too excited here, but Stewie Webster's had a phenomenal tournament so far. 11 in the semi-final, of course. So will he have a big day here? Who knows?
As we've got a whistle. Going to recall the throw-up, I believe. Ryan Smith in the centre. Premiership player for the St Kilda Football Club, but then the Victorian Wheelchair Football League. As that just bounced off the chair, and South Australia will control the early possession here in the first quarter. After the first shot from Hill, couldn't quite. There we go. We've seen it all competition. Just pop it over the top, put it in the direction of Webster, and let his arms do the rest of the work, Ben.
And Hayden Orber very unlucky there. Just did everything he could, but Webster with the positioning.
Slight angle for 2 in a row for South Australia. Hot start. They are locked in. I was saying it to you yesterday, Ben, just straight away, as soon as we saw South Australia arrive at the opening ceremony all the way back on Monday, you could just tell that they were so ready for this. They've been locked in the whole tournament, haven't they?
They have indeed. I wasn't expecting this quick start from the Victoria scored in the first half, the first goal in either half of the Lightning Carnival clash. So, South Australia getting the quick start here. Sort of a bit of a role reversal there.
Roki back in boards, going to have to bring it back. Wasn't quite in his line. Unfortunate for South Australia because Smythe was in a pretty good position to be able to have a shot. It'll be Webster deep in the forward pocket. Nick Bryant doing the defending. The first 2 goals of this Wheelchair AFL Division 1 Grand Final going the way of South Australia. Vic's had the first shot. They haven't really had anything too meaningful ever since. And there we go. Smythe with the mark. How many goals did he finish in the Sanford League, Ben Mosley?
99 for Smythe in Sanford League.
Hits the outer post. No score. It was just maybe caught in 2 minds whether that was a pass or a shot on goal there.
He's a very unselfish player, so he was probably looking for Roki on the line, but yeah, once he can get caught in that sort of indecision.
It's now time for the Vics to respond. Smith has done very well to hold on to that mark.
Oh, Smith on Smythe, that's a commentator's nightmare.
Yes. So Smith finding Hayden Orber, 2023 Premiership player with the Hawthorn Football Club. He was the Kevin Faulkner medalist in last year's Division 1 Grand Final, of course, the BOG honours. The last 3 best on ground Kevin Faulkner medals in the Division 1 Grand Final have all been backline players. So we are changing the tune here in the Wheelchair AFL, giving the defenders the rewards that they deserve. As Bryant finding Seb Welsh. Very composed there where Victoria didn't rush. As Welsh, a star, a young star of Wheelchair AFL, 17 years of age. He's already won 2 national championships. He's already won 2 flags within the Victorian Wheelchair Football League. And he gets the first for the Big V. A nice response nearing the halfway point of this first quarter, Ben Wesley.
He's such a clinical player, and just for his age, he's absolutely ridiculous. But watch for the long goals from Victoria. South Australia love to force those shots from long range, but the Victorians have the ability to match it.
So back in the centre, great start here for this Division 1 Grand Final. In dispute, Spillane slightly smothered. Smythe couldn't track it down. It should be South Australia. Very fortuitous for Victoria there. I mean, we had a very good view on the play there. That looked like it was out of Victoria, but nonetheless. Ryan Smith in the direction of Hollywood Hill. Can the ball sit? Spillane's got some good pace. He's got a couple to beat now, does Hill. Couldn't quite garner possession. Eventually rushed over for a minor score. 1-2-8 of the Vics. 2 straight are South Australia. Tell us a bit about Spillane, please, Ben.
Well, young basketballer, of course, played in the same setup as Benjamin Moncrief from WA. Only played 3 games this year in the SNFL, but absolutely killed it as he spills down here. Putting the spill in Spillane, yes. But He's an incredible player. 22.2 disposals per game in the Lightning Carnival. Second in intercepts, first in ranking points. Just a ridiculous player.
There's a bit of 1-2 action. So, Yasin Hill was unaware that the mark had been paid, therefore a 5-minute penalty was rewarded. So Whitbread, and that's hardly a 5-metre penalty, but maybe 5 millimetres. Pops it over the top to Webster. Bryant goes bang. Nick Bryant, what a player, what a defender. Captain of the St Kilda Football Club, he's the captain of Victoria. He's one of those quiet, unsung achievers. That's why he's the perfect leader of this club, because there's certainly a lot of personality on this Victoria team.
The very definition of a role player, and you love to see those.
So South Australia been able to keep the ball in their forward third of the ground for the last minute or so. That is a wonderful, wonderful pass finding Smythe, who can line up for South Australia's third major.
Just got to make his mind up on this one. Of course, last shot a bit indecisive.
99 goals he finished within the Sandford League out of Norwood. Brendan Favola type season. Smythe comes in. He's been a mainstay of South Australia wheelchair football for some time. And they've been extremely accurate to start this contest. 3 straight 18 to Victoria, 1-2-8. It's been a common theme throughout the tournament. We saw it in the Division 2 grand final that inaccuracy can kill you, Ben Wesley.
Yep, well, in cricket, catches win matches. In football, goals win matches.
Waiting to see. It's going to be Hayden Orber to bring the ball back into play. The star defender here for the Vicks. Premiership player, national championship winner, Seb Welsh at full stretch, takes a good mark. Orber's going to provide another option, but it'll go to Bryant instead. As the Vicks slowly building with 2.5 minutes left in the first term. 4 by 10 minute quarters, of course, for wheelchair AFL. Ryan Smith, centre position player. He's just going to go lateral, finding Bryant. Welsh with the lead, goes to Hill instead. Can the 2 star forwards both get a major here in the first term?
Well, it's interesting about Welsh, because in the corresponding fixture in the Lightning Carnival, he, of course, played in defence for most of it and actually got 2 one-on-one contested wins, but, of course, plays his best straight up front.
Yasin Hill, Hollywood Hill comes in. There we go. He absolutely loves it, does Hollywood Hill. He's a star of the competition. He's a star of wheelchair sports. He was in the 2023 National Championship Victoria winning side. He had 13 goals in that grand final, Ben. And guess what? He still didn't get the BOG. And guess what?
That's stiff.
He's still not too happy about it. There's Bryant trying to get the quick little one over the top towards Yass. Might just stay in. He's got a couple to beat. Eventually rushed over for a minor score. Just under 2 minutes left in the first term.
Calls of deliberate from the Victorian bench. I'd love to see it.
I'll call for absolutely anything. And Spillane takes the mark. He's named the player of the tournament, the 2024 Kevin Coombs Cup. We've seen a lot of young stars dominate this 2025 Toyota AFL Open. And he's certainly one of them in South Australia. Are moving the ball around with ease at the moment, and yet again it's going to be Smythe, uncontested in the forward third.
This is more the style I expected to see from South Australia, more kick and mark as opposed to the faster style they've adopted in the Lightning Carnival.
Smythe sizes it up, looks good, and it is good. We have to wait half a second.
Very Ryan Smith-esque from Smythe there,
Yes.
no run-up, just the powerful right hook going straight into it.
So 2 for Smythe, 2 for Webster. 46 seconds left here in the first term. Webster is able to keep it in play. He goes to the underarm pass that was teetering with an overarm pass, but nonetheless the football gods return it back to Victoria. Nick Bryant with 30 seconds on the clock. Into a little bit of space. Some uncharacteristic mistakes here from Victoria in the first quarter. Umpire will call for a stoppage.
Well, in South Australia, a bit lucky they'd overcommitted to that contest, and Hill was out at the back.
15 seconds. Huge contest. Spillane rows it well. Webster just missed. Trickles out of bounds, and that might just do us for the first quarter. Hayden Orber does have a thumping pass on him if he wants to go for the Hail Mary, in which he doesn't. And the first quarter comes to a close here for the Toyota AFL Open Division 1 Grand Final. South Australia, 4 straight 24, thanks to 2 goals to Jamie Smythe and Stuart Webster. While Victoria, 2-3-15, 1 to Welsh and 1 to Hill. Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley here on KO Sports. We'll have a short break before we come back with the second term.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you. Would there be anything else?
Toyota. Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Welcome back, everyone, to Toyota AFL Open. Quarter time done and dusted for the National Wheelchair AFL Championship Division 1 Grand Final. South Australia with a fantastic start. 4 straight 24. Jamie Smythe and Stuart Webster with 2 goals apiece. The Vicks, 2-3-15. Seb Welsh and Yas Hill with singles apiece. Austin Kruger joined alongside Ben Wesley, the South Australia expert out of the... Apologies, I've lost it. Was it the Gazman YouTube page?
It was indeed.
Yes.
Thanks for the plug.
Of course. The Smythe couldn't quite... What were your thoughts from the first quarter? South Australia obviously very accurate. The Vicks probably just didn't quite look at the best in that first term.
Yeah, I think they'll pick up more as the game goes on. Ryan Smith in the midfield, I'm liking him as a midfielder. I had a chat to him yesterday, and he said that he almost likes it more than being up front because he can just contribute that bit more and there's less pressure on him, and he's really showcasing what he can do today.
He's extremely skilled and very composed ball user, which is what the Vicks are after. He might not have quite some of the height of some of the other centres around, but his ruck craft is beautiful. Hayden Auber here for the Vicks. He's going to pop it over the top to Welsh. Lovely pass. Welsh is starting to prove a problem for the South Australia defence. And he pierces it through to Yasin Hill, who can line up for his second major. Big moment. Early stages of this second quarter. Everyone eagerly watching on here. He's missed to the left. Is that 1 goal, 2 or 3 now for...
1 goal, 2 with a rush behind.
Wow. So an early miss for Hill. 24 plays 16. Fantastic football. Cooper Spillane takes the mark out of Woodville, West Torrens. We touched on him in the first quarter. There's TJ's he's on the field. He clunks a nice one. Trevor Jarrett, of course. 121 goals, was it, in this handful season?
Indeed, and most of them have come exactly like that, linking through his Woodville West Torrens teammates in Spillane and in Adam Roki. What a team.
What a man as well. He never misses them. He is one of the best in the business as far as set shots are concerned in wheelchair AFL. And the Crow Eaters are starting to feast upon Victoria. 2 minutes into this second quarter, they lead by 14 points. Ominous start yet again here, Ben.
Nowhere near over yet, though. Victoria is very much a team that can dominate in the second half of footy.
Certainly right. Nick Bryant finding Hayden Orber. Trevor Jarrett on the mark. TJ finding Yasin Hill. They're getting some good looks in the forward line. It's just been their inefficiency and inaccuracy. Yasin Hill, 1 goal, 2 so far. Can he finally get one from long range? The long bomb from Hollywood Hill. The Vicks with the instant response. And as far as not just Yasin Hill's confidence, but the team's confidence in front of goals, that just felt ever so important, Ben.
Exactly, and I believe 2 of those 3 goals so far from outside the forward third, which is going to be a theme of today for Victoria, I believe.
Spillane, Smythe, couldn't quite, there wasn't enough on the pass. Hayden Orbit just comes bashing through and wins a 2-on-1, or at least forces a stoppage.
And Albury, a player to watch as well, 22 disposals last time out in the clashes between these two.
Here is the man you just mentioned, bit of a chop of the arms. Seb Welsh just finding Orba. Umpires said to be a little bit quicker in the whistles to let him know that the mark will be paid, because I believe Welsh thought it wasn't going to be paid. Speaking of, here he is. He's just weaving and waltzing his way through this South Australia attack at the moment is Seb Welsh. He's got the one major so far. We know he's got the distance. He's got a lovely strike of the share, and does Seb Welsh as he swung it back. You betcha! SA weren't too happy with the officiating there, but nonetheless, Welsh slots his second. It's back to within 2 points. So it was 14 points, 90 seconds ago, and you said the Vicks can score quickly, and I'll tell you what, that has come to fruition, hasn't it, Ben?
Indeed it has, especially now that you can shoot these long-range shots, which the SAs can't do.
Do you want to talk through the viewers listing in some of the rule differences?
Well, the primary one, of course, being in the SANFL, you can only score goals from inside the forward third, whereas in the VWFL, you can score it from, I believe, the entire centre third as well. So,
and within the national championships.
And within the national championships. So long-range shooting, not really a feature of South Australia's game, and defending it can be tricky.
Certainly right. Smythe. He's had a couple from tight angles. The one straight in front, seemingly, he's having a bit more trouble with. Hayden Orba finding Nick Bryant. Those two in defence have been doing an instrumental job for Victoria. Oh, Welsh yet again. He's providing that high half forward option, and he's just marked it within the middle third. Back to Nick Bryant. St Kilda teammates linking up there. Seb Welsh, Nick Bryant, along with Ryan Smith, fresh off the first ever premiership for the St Kilda Football Club within the champion division of the Victorian Wheelchair Football League. And here's another former premiership player within the VWFL, Yasin Hill, out of the Hawks. I believe he's pointed to the goals.
He's doing the Babe Ruth.
Yes. Hollywood Hill for his first national championships back since 2023. And boy, have the Vicks missed him. He tells the crowd to get revved up here at La Trobe Uni. So does Orba. Vicks have got the last 3. They've taken the lead to the tune of 3 points just over halfway through this second term. Of course, Victoria searching for the 4-peat. They're on the quest to equal the record that South Australia produced from 2016 to 19 within the National Wheelchair Championships. South Australia, pioneers of the game. Victoria, seemingly the ones to take it to the next level. And now the two narratives, the two teams, the two stories merged together here in Melbourne. And Seb Welsh can put the Vicks up by 9 points if this major is to sail through. Will he look to pass it off? 17 years of age. He's the prodigy out of the St Kilda Football Club. They're piling them on in the second. That's number 3 for Seb, but Ben, it's not just the goals from Seb Welsh that's been important. He's been the one that really got them started with providing that high half-forward option, getting them out of trouble in the defensive area.
Yeah, I've been talking to a few people. His style of play reminds us of a Tom J. Lynch from Adelaide, the connector. So very similar sort of structured role for him, and he's doing it beautifully.
Hayden Orbit just got the pass away, a little bit too hot from Ryan Smith. That'll be no score, of course. Only the forwards can score within Wheelchair AFL, wearing the blue wristbands. With South Australia, what do they need to do to try and get themselves back into this contest? Is it to take a bit of life out of the game?
I think just establish possession, get some momentum back. As the New South Wales coach Danny says, whirlpool. Pull yourself out of the washing machine, as it were, and just stabilise.
And we saw that work for New South Wales ACT, taking out the Division 2 crown. Oh, Spillane with a splendid mark right in front of us here. And just like that, South Australia building. Roki, one of the best in the business. A little bit too much on it there for Trevor Jarrett. Nick Bryant's got to be careful. Just in the nick of time, finding his comrade in Ryan Smith. Just under 3 minutes left till half-time. Over the top, Orba takes the mark. Vicks have got the momentum. They were down 14 points at the early stages of this second quarter, Ben, and they've turned the game right on its head.
They've got such a wealth of options up front as well. They've got such an arsenal of firepower. It's unbelievable, and that's going to be so hard to stop today.
They've got 3 players that have registered over 100 goals within the VWFL in a single season. One of those players, in Ryan Smith, has done it twice, and he's not even a forward today, which goes to show the options. Is Welsh right in front of us here. Comes in, and there is another. That's number 4 for Welsh. The Vicks continue to push away in this Division 1 Grand Final. They've turned a 16-point deficit into a 15-point lead.
4 straight as well for Welsh. That's what it's about, clinicality in front of goal and providing those assists for Hill too.
Who's third in the league for goals within the Victorian Wheelchair Football League this season with 67. Hill on the run. A little bit unlucky there from South Australia. Thought that they laid the tackle. Of course, Ben, it's a 2-hand touch delay tackle in wheelchair AFL.
And they probably recovered from their own mistake a bit there, because Whitbread was caught a bit out of position. Not naturally a defender, normally plays forward mid in the SANFL for the Central Bulldogs.
Here is Roki, runners up at the Sample Best and Fairest. Webster, that is play of the day. Fantastic football. Picture perfect pass. Roki finding Webster for number 3.
Webster's just, his movement and his positioning so far this tournament has been absolutely exceptional. I'd love to see that from him. Very unheralded forward in the SA ranks, but does fantastically at national comps.
Hayden Orber's just belted that right back off Welsh, so it's going to be South Australia ball. 52 seconds. The clock reads here at La Trobe University in Bundoora. Wonderful crowd in attendance this afternoon. This is the final game of the 2025 Toyota AFL Open. It's been one of the very best competitions as far as the games are concerned. They've been close. They've been, as the mark taken here from South Australia, Roki. 30 seconds left till the halftime siren. Is there going to be a block off the ball? There is. Tell you what, you don't see that one getting called too often, but it is something the umpires have been more aware of in 2025. Webster coming in to end this first half with plenty of steam for South Australia. It's back to 3 points. Is that number 4 for Webster?
That is indeed, and much like Seb Welsh up the other end, 4 straight.
And Smythe with the 2 and Yass with the 2 as well. Nearly similar storylines. Both teams, the dominant states of wheelchair AFL, and at half-time there's only 3 points in it in favour of Victoria. Do not go anywhere on KO Sports, KO Freebies, and the AFL Play YouTube channel. Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley here. We're going to have a short break before we come back for the second half.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up. Bring it back, bring it back.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate! Toyota. Bring it up, up. Bring it back, 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 up, up. Bring it back, bring it back.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate! Toyota.
Welcome back, everyone, to KO Sports and the AFLPLAY YouTube channel for the 2025 Toyota AFL Open. It's half-time for the main event of the Division 1 Wheelchair Championship. It's South Australia, who trail by 3 points, 7-1-43 to Victoria, 7-4-46. Austin Kruger's my name, joining alongside Ben Wesley. Ben, quickly go through the goal scorers from the first half for us, please.
So we have for South Australia, Webster with 4 straight, Smythe with 2-1, Trevor Jarrett with 1 straight for Victoria, Welsh 4 straight, Yassine Hill 3-2 and 2 rush behinds.
Here is Nick Bryant. Hill on the lead. There was a slight block there from Ryan Smith, just allowing that half a second of space for Hill to capitalise on. He wants to join Welsh with 4 majors to get the hot start within the first 30 seconds of the second half. He's found his form in front of the big sticks. Hollywood Hills got 4.
Aidan Norber as well, gesturing to the massive Victorian crowd here to really kick the atmosphere up, and they have indeed.
Certainly right. Victorian inclusion side had a wonderful tournament, only just going down to South Australia actually, so Aidan Norber has just crossed into the offensive third. He quickly hop back out. It's the first time it's been called this tournament. I've seen it about 63,000 times, I reckon. But nonetheless, well officiated. Or is it called for the rush? A bit of confusion amongst both players, officials and commentators. 10 points. The Vicks lead by. Hill is just being an annoyance on the mark. He's a bit of a pest, is Hill, isn't he? As much as I love him.
Nah, you got to have big characters like that in the game. That's what it's all about. That's part of the atmosphere and charm.
You got the calm, steady head in the back line of Aubrey and Bryant, and then you got the fiery Hill, along with Sebis. Oh, Hayden Auber, beautiful spoil there. Spillane with another option over the top to Smythe. Had a slight juggle, but he gets it on the second bite of the cherry.
Really nice work there from Spillane, just showing that not only is he a defender, but he's got that midfield craft as well to be able to read that situation well.
We've seen him miss a couple straight in front. He likes him on the angle. There we go. He's fixed that up. SA respond almost instantly. Smythe with number 3. Of course, he broke the record in the sample this year, didn't he, Ben, with 19 goals?
Yes, he did, and then immediately broken by Trevor Jarrett about 6 weeks later with 23 in a game, which is outrageous.
Well, the record down as Smythe's shot's going to go askew. The record in the Victorian Wheelchair Football League, it's contentious. I think it's 26. Bailey White says it's 25, but Caleb Logan from the Essendon Football Club, I just went up and asked him, it's 26 is the record from the Victorian Wheelchair Football League. So Caleb Logan is a member of the squad. We're yet to see him in action today. It just goes to show the star power that is Yasin Hill and Sam Welsh, Hayden Auber, Nick Bryant, Brian Smith. Here is Yass. He's going to play on. That's going to be holding the ball. Yep, well officiated.
And that shows the speed from Sean Whitebread. I remember in the Sample third place game, he did a chase down tackle of fellow squad member Jake Billsborough on the wing. He's got blinding pace. Deceptive for a big man.
We've seen that a couple times from Hill, just a bit of a blood rush. It looked like it was on, just needed to get that shot away half a second quicker, and that could be a little bit of a momentum shifter. We're 3 minutes into this third quarter. Spillane made him work for it, just a touch. Set a task for him. Smythe straight in front yet again for South Australia. Straight in front here for Smythe to regain the lead for South Australia here in the Premiership quarter. South Australia. Jamie Smythe, much like the number on his back, he's got 4 goals. And this seesawing goal fest continues. Ben Wesley.
And that's the classic 12-point turnaround. You know, probably should have been a goal up the other end, and instead he gets 6 points the other way. That is damaging.
So back in the middle. Going into the knife edge, Spillane. Beautifully done. Weaved around, small little pocket to find the pass to Roki. Now with Webster, who lit up the first term. Haven't seen too much of him since, although he did get a goal in the late stage of the second quarter to really help SA claw back into it. We've had a bit of everything throughout the tournament and this game. And South Australia patiently, methodically moving this ball down the field. Hill, yet again, just being a pest. Webster, full stretch, couldn't quite. He's had a couple of those going back with the flight. Again, putting his body on the line. It was a pretty tough knock down to the ground, but he's a tough operator. Here's Webster.
Yeah, and right idea from Roki there, and you can see the sort of different philosophies in action there. Victoria trying to double team the dangerous man in Webster, and Roki just trying to get in there, help out, and make it a true 3-on-3 in the forward line.
An opportunity as well for Victoria to just take a breath. As Bryant, who's been underrated throughout the tournament and in this game, Hayden Auber. The stalwarts of the Victoria defence linking up yet again. Nice bit of 1-2 action. They've got it just outside the forward third. Smith's going to come in and apply a block, trying to get Yasin Hill to get some space. Well done from Roki, though, in defence. Bryant just waiting. He does eventually find Smith. Set a possession player in the yellow wristband, so we can't have a ping at the goals. Welsh is doing everything he can to find a little bit of space. And in the end, it was Hill. Welsh drew the 2 defenders out, and Hill can line up, who's had a little bit of everything today. He played on and got done holding the ball only a couple of minutes ago. You could see him just take a moment there with the deep breath, and it worked because it sailed straight over the goal of umpire's hat for Yasin Hollywood Hill. And they're back up by 2 points of the Vicks just over halfway through this third quarter.
And well showing how damaging he can be without even touching the ball. That's a true mark of a great player.
100%. Back in the middle, spills out towards the outer side. Smythe tried to tap it back to Orber's chair. He was aware of what was going to happen. That was extremely well done from Hayden Orber. Had to be extremely quick. There's the tap, back in. It lands to Hill. He wheels around, he misses to the left.
Should have made Whitbread pay for that one. Once again, Whitbread not a true defender. Going for it like a midfielder instead of probably doing a bit of risk mitigation.
Wow, so the Vics have left a couple on the board here in this third quarter. Spillane inside towards Smythe. I thought for a second there might have been a little bit of contact, a bit of a hold, but Hayden Orber, he's just going to burst out of defence, try and catch this SA defenders off guard. Not a bad result, as you can hear Andrew Paddle on the sideline, the head coach of Victoria, because it's going to be Victoria ball in there, forward half, or forward third of the ground, Ben.
And that was like a day's good from the South Australian forwards, too busy appealing the decision to actually catch Orber on his run.
As we're going to have to get rid of the Toyota advertisements just for the second. Of course, the naming rights partner and a big supporter of this wonderful event is Sin Hill. Tight angle, tough distance here for the Division 1 Grand Final. Oh, misses to the near side. What's the overall score tally for Sin Hill, please, Ben Mosley?
So that is 5 goals and 4 behinds, plus a little rushed one, which wasn't a true disposal for Yassine, so 5-4.
And the play on in which he got tackled, so he's had about 10 opportunities. 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley bringing you all the action. Ben Wesley, of course, is the South Australia stats guru of the Sample Wheelchair League. The two chairs have just connected onto each other, and even in the fierce competition that is the Division 1 Toyota AFL Open Wheelchair Grand Final, the players can still share a laugh between each other. At the last second, he pulled it into Smythe. 2 bites of the cherry, couldn't quite. Little underarm pass, well done from Nick Bryant. In dispute, Smith trying to muster it up off the ground. That is a big defensive stop. And yet again, the indecisiveness of South Australia inside their forward third has been a problem for them.
Looked like a martial stroke until Bryant just absolutely applied himself. And like I said, he's just the best lockdown defender probably in the competition at the moment.
As Smith just taps it into space, can't stay in for Hill. 2 minutes and change left in the third. South Australia with the possession. Spillane with Sharon in hand. Finding Roki, centre position player, inside, Smythe, finally. He's had a fantastic game. The last few minutes he's just been a tad unlucky with some of these opportunities. Again, you can see the eyes dinging around, but in the end, it was the right option, Ben, because Webster can line up directly in front.
Percentage generation, you've got to make the best chances you possibly can, and that's the philosophy of this forward line.
Webster, number 5. Puts SA back in front. 90 seconds left here in the third quarter. And much like the whole of Toyota AFL Open, what a game we are witnessing. Out of the middle. Smith lands back to him. Hill, full stretch, was able to reel in the mark.
That's better from Victoria. More handballing play, which is what the VWFL generally seems to be all about.
And they love getting those quick ones out of the centre clearance. Yassine Hill gave me a little wink before that shot, as if to say,
I'm going to stay quiet on that one.
No comment. Either way, it's a minor score.
But still, the Victorians only 4 flick passes or hand passes in the Lightning Carnival match between these two, which is far less than you'd expect. So they've been a bit more open in terms of their distribution in this one.
Certainly right. It's a much different squad this year for Victoria, of course, with the retirement of Tisha Shadwell. As Smythe, yet again. This is a massive moment. There's 30 seconds left of the siren here in the third quarter. South Australia currently up by 1 point. Smythe. He passes it off instead. He wants the 1-2. How many goals is Smythe currently on, please, Ben?
So he's on 4. This is a look for a handful, 5 goals.
It's going to be basically on the three-quarter time siren. Smythe comes in, wobbles it through. There was no one on the goal line for Victoria, because that well and truly could have been ushered over for a rush behind, and on the three-quarter time siren, South Australia will take a 7-point advantage. Wow. What a grand final we're witnessing here for Toyota AFL Open. We'll have a short break before we come back and bring you right up to the full-time siren.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Toyota. Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
It all comes down to this. 10 minutes remain for the 2025 edition of Toyota AFL Open, and you could not script it any better. South Australia 11-68, leading Victoria 9-7-61 for the Division 1 Wheelchair AFL Grand Final. It was South Australia by 9 points at the end of the first, Vicks by 3 at half-time. And as I said, South Australia back up by 7. They're searching for their first national championship victory since 2019, in which they recorded their 4th in a row, while the Vicks are searching for their 4th consecutive championship within Division 1. Welsh out of the middle, Orba spills the mark. An uncharacteristic fumble. We're seeing Judel and Anthony for the first time come to the ground. Welsh just finding Ryan Smith is being told to play on. And that is a huge moment. That's Austin Krug and Ben Wesley here. Thoughts on that play?
Oh, well, just looked like SA were really forcing that pressure, that ball pressure. Victoria couldn't get a decent amount of space there to move, unlike Jamie Smythe, who's just taken another mark inside the forward zone.
He's already got 5 goals. Does Smythe. He wobbled one through on the three-quarter time siren. One that the Vicks could have had a hand on. He takes a deep breath, as does everyone in attendance here this afternoon. For South Australia to go into a commanding position in this last quarter. That's number 6 for Smythe. And SA get the ever-important first goal of the final quarter.
Thoughts?
Certainly right. Lands nicely to Smythe. Can he get the bounce? Hits the woodwork. Wow. 14 points. Here is Judlin Anthony. He's represented Victoria at every single national wheelchair championship. He did a lovely interview with ABC Morning Breakfast only a couple of days ago. Visit the Victorian Wheelchair Football League Facebook page to watch that. It's an absolute must-watch. The story, the commitment and the dedication from this man, Judlin Anthony, 3-time Richmond Premiership player, yet again representing his state after numerous of setbacks. And he's come on to the last quarter and he's having an instant impact. Received the ball from Smith, Hill. Welsh trying to break free and get... He just goes over to Hill. How's that?
Learned from his earlier lesson as well. He hasn't played on.
And how is that from Jude Anthony? He comes on, just that experience that the Vics was sorely missing in the first 3 quarters, to the inexperience and the youngness of Yasin Hill, who's had a little bit of everything today, but that's number 6.
It is, and I'm almost running out of space on my paper here for his scoring shots. He has had a lot of opportunities, but in this final quarter, it's up to him to make them all pay.
Roki and Smith in the middle. Lands nicely to Welsh, finds Anthony. Not the required journey. That is though. Smith paid the mark. 4 by 10 minute quarters. There is time on here in the last. Victoria with a nice response after SA got the first. Oh, well done from Webster. Going back with the flight. Just read it beautifully. Can it stay in for Roki? It can, but there's Victoria numbers around the ball. Smith looks up at the right time. Is able to hold on to the mark. As they're just going to travel across the third line. Orba with a belting pass to Welsh. Plays on. Dribbles it through.
Oh, it's called holding the ball. That is a huge call.
By the laws of the game, that is the correct call. Frustration setting in from Victoria. Undisciplined acts will be their undoing. Technically, it's very stiff, but he played on after a mark and went for the goal. It's a contentious call. It has been for a number of years within the Victorian Wheelchair Football League at least. Free kick, and there we go. The football god says we're going to give it back to Victoria. Spillane has a bit of a spill. Yasin Hill just telling everyone to calm down a bit. He's going to take a deep breath. The clock stops at 6 minutes, 56 seconds. South Australia leading by just over a goal. Number 7 for Hollywood Hill. And the Vics were able to compose themselves after it looked like they were about to really absolutely drop their lolly all over this place.
And that's frustration for South Australia. That's a simple clanger, a missed pass that really should have resulted in the score up the other end.
Out of bounds. What a fantastic display of wheelchair AFL. What a day. This is going to go down in history, this Toyota AFL Open. It goes to show the development of each single state and territory, not just in wheelchair AFL, the Inclusion Carnival as well. Each state, each AFL program putting more time, more money, more effort into these type of programs, and we're seeing the rewards, aren't we, Ben?
Absolutely, 100%. This has been probably the closest carnival I've seen where any team have challenged any other team on their day. The top 6 are all just super, super tight.
Here is Jude Anthony. As I said, he's been here at every national championship. He's won 3 flags with the Tigers. Now with Ryan Smith, centre position players. He's got to find a forward, and he finds his St Kilda teammate in Seb Welsh.
And this will be for Welsh's 5th. Hasn't missed a shot so far.
Trying to put the Moz on is Ben Wesley wearing his South Australia shirt. Can't be doing that. We'll go for the anti-Moz. Seb knew about it. He says, I'll give it to Hill. Even the head coach of Victoria, Andrew Peddle, just gave us a bit of a side eye here in the commentary box. But it's going to be Hill. How many is he on? Is it 7? He's looking for number 8. Yeah! He celebrated as soon as it left the hand. Jude Anthony with a roar as well. The Vics in attendance, making plenty of noise.
The long-range shooting has been super, super impressive.
The 2 times South Australia have led by 14 points. Victoria's then responded with the next 3 goals. So they've been able to come back twice now. Can they withstand or add to this lead? We've officially hit the halfway point of the last quarter. Spillane could have left it for Webster, but you can't blame him. Puts it back on purpose off Welsh's chair. Big call. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good call.
100%. The last 3 grand finals within the National Wheelchair AFL Championships won by Victoria have been an average margin of 67 points. They defeated South Australia back in 2022 by 62. It was WA by 57 in 23. Last year, Tassie were dismantled by 82 points. The margin currently at 4 points with 4 minutes 44 left in this game. Yasin Hill, he told me he wanted to get a bag, which is 10 goals in miniature AFL, and he is one step closer, as are the Vics to the four-peat. South Australia, over to you.
And this is just a vintage display from Yaz Hill. His last 4 shots all resulting in long-range goals. Well, that one the shortest at only about 6 metres.
Roki inside, Julian Ante with the defence. Smythe at the full of it, couldn't quite garner possession. Whose chair was it off? It stayed in. Hayden Orber taps it back into play. Maybe dangerously. Ryan Smith underarm pass to Julian Anthony. It was going to be paid the mark. Victoria ball, as you can hear the cheers from the Victorian coaches, players on the sidelines just to the right of us.
And from here, it's all about composure. Composure is the key word.
Hayden Orber. He's going to play on. And nicely just adjusted the pass at the last second to find Ryan Smith, the Stampede, the centre position player. He had over 120 goals in the 2024 season. He needed 15 goals in the last game to get his 100 goals. I made a bet with Bailey White, our statistician, that he wouldn't get it. At the 6-minute mark of the second quarter, he'd already registered his 100th goal. So it goes to show the prolific goal-scoring abilities. As Seb Welsh comes in, misses to the right. Misses to the right. Hill's celebrating as if they've got the goal.
Oh, and South Australia are not capitalising.
Oh, wow. Blood rushes all over Blundura here at La Trobe University.
There were mismatches everywhere. As now, speaking of, Jake Billsborough has entered the game, the West Adelaide captain, and here he is taking mark up front.
Huge moment, 3 minutes, 15 seconds left. 11 points the margin. 2 goals would put South Australia back in front. Roki, one-handed, spills the mark. Ryan Smith with a very important little deflection out of bounds. Over the top to Webster. A bit quicker that time to capitalise. Webster.
Oh, and this is interesting. Oh, sorry, I'll refer to the substitution that's just happened after this goal.
He's got 5 goals, does Webster. Normally reliable. It was touched.
Oh, I've kiboshed it. I have kiboshed it.
Wow. Stuart Webster does not make those mistakes. That is the pressure of the grand final. The limelight of the Division 1 on KO Sports. The cream rises to the top, and at the moment, it's looking like Victoria's to lose, but 2 minutes and 30 seconds, Ben Wesley, is a long time in wheelchair AFL.
It is, and as you can see here, Cooper Spillane has been shifted up front. Chris Simpson will take his spot in defence. This is one last push for SA to try and get this title.
As I've mentioned throughout, Victoria on the quest for 4 consecutive grand finals within the National Wheelchair AFL Championships. Nothing ill toward there from Hayden Orber. It was a good contest between the two. Hayden Orber's a big body. The clock will stop with 2 minutes and 10 seconds as we can all take a deep breath here at La Trobe University. You'll get an applause from everyone in attendance. As you can just see the Vics having a little chat off ball. This is great communication and directed talk, reminiscent of Nasiah Wangani-Malira at the end of the game against Melbourne. Ryan Smith, Julian Anthony and Seb Welsh. We're all just having a bit of, they're almost using Auslan to communicate with each other on what the next 2 minutes is going to look like from a Victoria perspective. What a move putting Julian Anthony onto the field as well.
Oh, yeah, like you said, that experience, he knows what to do in these situations, and his communication as well has been absolutely vital.
His passion is unmatched, Julian Anthony. If Victoria, like, you can just see it in his eyes. I just got goosebumps even just looking at the man. See? Hill takes the mark. Jude is pumped up. He's been the difference maker here in this last quarter. He's also a TikTok star, by the way. He's got millions and millions and millions of hits and fans all over the world. Does Julian Anthony. Welsh takes the mark. Can go back and can potentially put through the sealer. Well, they're going to continue to chip it around. Don't mind it. The option's there.
Well, they've got a 10-point lead with 1:15 to go, so it's the safe option.
And it's going to find its way back to Seb Welsh in the exact same spot anyway. They're going to continue to chip it around, Victoria. It's been a seesawing affair. South Australia led by 9 points at the end of the first quarter. It was Vicks by 3 at half-time. South Australia with some late goals in the third. Started this fourth quarter by 7 points. It's now the Vicks by 10. You could not script it any better, Ben Wesley.
Yep, and just confirming Cooper Spillane is off after that fall. Jake Billsborough back on.
Well, he's had a few heavy collisions, has Spillane. He's put his body on the line. It's been a wonderful campaign from South Australia. It's the best team we've seen in some time. It's their first national championship grand final appearance since 2019, in which they did lose to Victoria. The Vicks have been on the quest for this mission for some time. It's something they've spoken about in the inner sanctum of the Victoria training hubs, is to be able to not just equal South Australia's record of 4, but as Tisha Shadwell said last year, we're going for 5, and they're one step closer. The crowd making plenty of noise, and Hollywood Hill takes the mark. He'll have a shot on the siren, but the 4-peak quest has been completed. Yasin Hill comes in for number 10.
No.
He misses, but it doesn't matter. The Vicks get the victory. The 4-peats. What a game. What a campaign. Commiserations to South Australia. A wonderful performance. But the Vicks, too good, too strong when it counted, Ben.
Again, it all came down to composure. You can see the Victorians, they'd been in these sort of situations before. The finals experience. You quit your fist pumping there, Austin. It's the finals experience that got to them, and you can see that the crucial mistakes up front. Unfortunately, Stuart Webster, who's been so good all tournament, I think I might have helped putting the kibosh on him, but he's ploughed it into the man on the mark. But Victoria, like you said, guys like Judeland Anthony, guys like Ryan Smith, guys like Seb Welsh, who've done this all before, really showed what quality was made of. But given their first big scare, as you said, for the last 4 years.
Well, exactly right. I mentioned it before. The average winning margin for Victoria in their first 3 grand finals that they've won was 67 points. This afternoon it was only 11. What a game of football. There were lead changes at every quarter. The Vicks were slightly inaccurate. I thought that it may have gotten the better of them. There was a few times where it looked like emotions were about to bubble over. The likes of Yasin Hill, who had a couple of great moments, but a couple of moments he would have liked to have back. They stay composed, and we said it, Judeland Anthony coming onto the field, the experience, the passion, and the coaching move from Andrew Paddle was just an absolute master play.
And I feel like the better team probably has won here. I mean, it hurts to say as an SA boy, but Victoria, in that, particularly in those second and fourth quarters, when it really mattered, when their backs were against the wall, they stood up and showed what their football brand was all about.
I've always said, Ben, you never want to be the undefeated side coming into a grand final. I put the Moz on Richmond back in the Community League many moons ago, and Bailey White was not too happy with me because he's a Richmond supporter. But I've always said it, you never want to be the undefeated team coming into a granny, because it just so often do you hear that the other team wins it. Of course, the Vicks lost to South Australia in that Lightning Carnival. All the talk around town is that the Vicks are the underdogs coming into this match, and I tell you what, I might just have to let out some of my Vic buys soon, because I am pumped up on the sidelines here. And well done from you, Ben Wilson. What a game. Do you want to speak on the South Australian football team and the league and what they've been able to achieve?
Well, it's been an interesting year this year. Of course, we've had a team change with Sturthouse and West Adelaide in, but the league's gone from strength to strength in terms of its competitiveness. Norwood and Centrals in particular really trying to take...
Hold on, we might just leave that for a sec, because the Vicks, along with their inclusion carnival side, are all gathered.
Very good. We might commence the presentation.
That's what it's all about, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. It's not over just yet. Of course, we'll do a quick grand final presentation. We'll probably throw to a break after that, and then we'll get cracked into the awards ceremony, of course, as we'll celebrate both the Inclusion Carnival and Wheelchair Champs, as we'll tune into the post-game celebration.
AFL, it's my pleasure to be able to commence the presentation of the Division 1 Wheelchair Championship game. Before we do get into the official proceedings, I'd just like to acknowledge what a tremendous spectacle of wheelchair footy that was played an amazing experience. So to both teams, congratulations on a fantastic week and a great effort. Before we invite the winning teams to come up, I also want to take the time to thank all the people behind the scenes who put on this AFL Open event. It's a huge logistical event to get everyone here from all the states. So to all the AFL crew and all the people that have travelled from all over the country to come here and put the event on, thank you so much. We wouldn't be able to do that without you. So we've had about 60 or 70 volunteers to offer their time up over the last 4 days. So big round of applause for all those who are behind the scenes. To our umpires, again, over the last 4 days, it's been a big, and the sun's come out in Victoria last 4 days, especially outside, it's been quite warm. So all our umpires that have put in tremendous effort to get the games going, thank you. To Disability Sports Australia and the ADF for your continued support for this wonderful event. We wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, and we really appreciate the ongoing support. So a round of applause. And our major sponsor, Toyota, they've been tremendous over the last couple of years from the inception of the AFL Open last year. I think they'll be absolutely wrapped with the show that you athletes have put on. So thanks to Toyota. Now I'd like to introduce Greg Madigan, the head of AFL Victoria, to present our winning trophy. Thanks, Greg. Before I do ask Captain Greg to come up, I also just want to acknowledge the South Australian team who were absolutely tremendous over the last 4 days, and today was fantastic effort. So well done, and you should be very proud. Well done. Now I'd like the captain and coach, Nick and Paddles, to come up and accept the Premiership flag and cup for the 4th year in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 wheelchair champions, Victoria.
There we go, everyone. Victoria get the 4 peats, 13-9-87, defeating South Australia 12-4-76. An 11-point victory, as Steve Odgers has got to join in on the celebration as well. He's a wonderful man. He's done a lot of good work in this space, as Steve-O. He's going to be very happy as the Vic celebrates South Australia. What an effort it was from them. They go down by 11 points. Our goal scorers from the contest, as we can see, the wonderful shots here on KO Sports. Yasin Hilbert, 9 goals, 4 to Seb Welsh. Tell you what, he missed out on the bag right in the siren, didn't he, Yasil? Jamie Smythe with 6 for South Australia. Stuart Webster with 5. Trevor Jarrett with 1. Ben Wesley, sorry. First of all, I would like to say a massive thank you for your efforts throughout the tournament on commentary, your stats and your wisdom around South Australia. It has been an absolute pleasure. For those tuning in, this man has barely actually commentated a game before, and it feels like he's been doing it for as long as Vic Metro has been taking out flags within the National Championship. So some final thoughts from this game, and a big thank you to you for all of your efforts.
Well, thanks for the kind words, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. And, well, what can I say? You can't spell victorious without Victoria. So they started out the tournament probably not at their best, but fair credit to them. They found what was going wrong, fixed it, found a way to make it work, and I would argue they probably turned into the dominant team right in the later stages of day 2 when they were taking on Tasmania and sort of dismantled them. They showed what they could do. They turned into the powerhouse that we all know that they are. And the forward line, it gets all the plaudits, but the back line being held down by Orbit and by Bryant, those two have been Herculean in this tournament. That cannot be overstated.
Who's the BOG?
BOG today? Oh, I mean, it's hard to go past a nine-goal haul from Big Hollywood, but I think Hayden Orber, I mean, I'm a big defensive guy, but I think he had so much influence in the transition play coming forward and he did nullify a lot of the threats, so I'd go with him. Who's yours?
I think Seb Welsh is a bit of a smoky, so we're going to have a quick ad break here on KO Sports, KO Freebies and the AFL Play YouTube channel as we get ready for the awards ceremony and the awards night here for Toyota AFL Austin Kruger and Ben Wesley here on KO Sports. It was Victoria 13-9-87 over the top of South Australia 12-4-76 to take out the Division 1 title for a 4th consecutive year.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate.
Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate.
Toyota.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back,
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Toyota. Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Toyota.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota, and we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Toyota.
Bring more play into your life. Tune in to Play On, AFLPLAY's weekly podcast. Every week, we go beyond the game. We chat to some epic guests, we put them to the test with fun challenges, and we stay up to date with social media's most viral footy moments. Hit subscribe, tune in, and let's play on.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota. started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate.
Toyota.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.
We're a national sports organisation and charity, and at Disability Sports Australia, we believe that sport and active recreation is a powerful tool for social change. We deliver programs that build the capacity and capability of the sector to be more inclusive. We deliver events like this all across the country, and the great thing about them is that people get the chance to try new activities, new sports, and connect with new people around them. The social benefits of sport are huge. We invite you to join us in our mission to enable more people with disabilities to be more active more often.
Hi, how can I help you?
Burger, fries and a milkshake.
Yeah, thank you for your order. Will there be anything else?
Thanks, mate.
Toyota.
Over 25 years ago, Toyota started on a journey by pioneering the first hybrid vehicle. Ever since, we've been leading the way with over 5 generations of innovation. From hybrid technology that delivers on efficiency to hybrid that drives performance. With over 500,000 hybrid customers in Australia, there's only one real leader of hybrid, Toyota. And we're committed to pushing further wherever the journey takes us, because every step matters. Toyota.